Good morning.
I'm Emmy Morvois, and this is my brother Andrew Morvois, and I'm a patient at Hopkins Sibley, and we're here today to share my story.
Emmy is a force of nature. She's intense, but huge heart. My dad calls her affectionately the matron because she's always taking care of everybody and coordinating things. Even though in Kenya, she's half a world away.
A year ago, I was in bad shape.
Emmy? Hi.
I'd been diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 4.
Undiagnosed or misdiagnosed, but she had had cancer for years, unknown and untreated.
It was breast cancer that had spread to the bones. She was having a lot of issues with weakness and pain, and that made it so that she wasn't really able to walk properly on her own, and she had real problems with moving one of her arms. And she was unable to care for herself because of that. She had to stay in the hospital.
There was this really large tumor that had been eating away at her shoulder blade. When you looked at it on imaging, looked incredibly painful.
With a widely metastatic breast cancer, you needed definitive answers in a definitive way right from the get-go.
So it was really urgent. We reviewed all of her records and figured out exactly where the cancer is and the exact type of breast cancer it was. And then we got her started on treatment as quickly as possible.
Dr. Smith did calm my fears in the sense that, she introduced me to a team.
Yeah, I would put it.
Multidisciplinary care is really something that's foundational to good medicine. Here at Johns Hopkins Kimmel, we meet once a week when we talk about breast cancer cases. And there you have input from pathologists, radiologists, social workers, people who are members of the research nursing staff, other nurse practitioners, primary care physicians, plastic surgeons that come.
So pulling all of that care together in a case like Emmy's was not difficult. We reached out to everyone who needed to help, and pretty quickly she was on her way to getting good care.
One of the things that was fortunate was to find that her disease was estrogen receptor positive.
Which means that a good mechanism of trying to target some of these widely metastatic breast cancers is to starve them off of the estrogen. And that became definitively removing the ovary surgically so that they're not producing estrogen.
And getting started on a targeted oral anti-CDK4/6 inhibitor, which is a new class of drugs that's really exciting and improves outcomes in metastatic hormone receptor positive breast cancer significantly.
But it's literally $10,000 a month for the rest of Emmy's life. We didn't know how we were going to sustain that effort.
We don't just stop at the medical care. We have the resources, the staff in place through the Center for Patient and Family Services to support patients and their families as they go through things and help people with their financial situations, counseling, spiritual support.
The work that the social work team, Patty's Fund made all the difference. It made it possible.
Sign here, date it, your relationship will go here, address, and your phone
Without
number.
philanthropy, a lot can be at stake for families. There are patients that we see that will just straight out say to us, I can't do it because I can't afford it, this life-saving treatment. And so the fact that we can provide this support through Patty's Fund, and we can do it in a way that is meaningful, and we can cover the cost of things like medications and transportation. We can help with food, to offset some of those expenses. It is a gift that I think keeps on giving for families, and it's something that sets us apart from many other centers.
I remember the day when they told me that it had come together and Emmy would actually be able to get care. I mean, I'm a proud African man, and we don't cry easily. But for the first time in my life, I shed tears without any shame.
You're welcome.
Very appreciated.
Well, so Johns Hopkins Kimmel is going to get the tough cases because it is known as a state-of-the-art comprehensive cancer care institution. It's just this academic rigor.
We want to maintain quality of life and get people as close as possible back to normal life while pursuing, aggressive, appropriate cancer therapy. And so it makes me very happy every time I see Emmy, actually, so to see how well she's doing.
Emmy showed me how to dance in death's shadow.
In this cancer journey, one big thing that I've learned is to stay positive. I sometimes don't believe where I came from and where I am now.